So, very good morning from southern Poland. I'm on my way to Krakow. Last night, Odesa was hit yet again, unfortunately. Tania's perfectly safe. She's about 4 miles from the centre. She said she heard about four or five sort of muffled bangs, and obviously there was the air raid sirens as well, but she's fine. She's just a little bit how did he say it? She's just struggling, I think, a little bit because of the situation. She hasn't been through it like, the neighbours and her friends have been through it. She hasn't been there. And I don't know, maybe there's a little bit of resentment or with other people about people that have left Odessa or left Ukraine. I really don't know, but obviously they've lived through it. They've lived on their nerves for the last 18 months, and Tania says you can really feel that. You can feel that people are anxious. They're lacking in empathy. They are everybody's me first, and that's totally understandable because, quite honestly, you just don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, you're relatively safe from the air raids. They don't particularly hit civilian areas deliberately, but they do hit infrastructure and civilian infrastructure, and there's always the risk of something missing by a target and hitting something in the wrong place, etc., which the Russians are unfortunately very good at. So anyway, I'm sure she'll be fine. She's got her ticket booked to ruZZians, and she needs to go and see the vets to get paperwork done for our special guest. And once she's done that, hopefully on the 18th she'll take a train, which is 4 days time. 4 days time. She'll take a train from Odesa to ruZZians. She arrives in ruZZians in sort of basically northwestern Ukraine. It's a border area. It borders with Slovakia and Hungary. Sort of a right in the bottom left corner of northwestern Ukraine. She'll arrive there about 9:30 and do the border formalities, and I will meet her there, all being well. We'll see how that goes, but fingers crossed. I'm on my way down to Krakow. I'm having to postpone Auschwitz, which I planned to go to today, but it seems that you need to get either on a tour, which they are available today, but they're only in Polish, or you can go after 5:30, but you still have to book it as an individual ticket. I've had a long day today. I had a long day yesterday. I don't particularly want to wait around till 5 o'clock. So I will see from Krakow whether it's possible to actually book a tour. I know you can book tours, so I might try and book a tour for one day out of Krakow to go to Auschwitz and see if I can go and have a look at that incredibly poignant place. I think Krakow's also, it's got a lot of memorials to the Holocaust as well. A lot of Jewish people were removed from Krakow, and many of the other Polish cities as well, unfortunately. And a lot of them did go to Auschwitz. So, it's equally historic in Krakow as well in terms of the Holocaust, and for many other things, I think, as well. So I'm going to crack on. For some reason, Google is telling me my drive is going to be about 4 hours. My sat-nav is telling me it's about 2 hours and 20 minutes. Google might be right, but it's not showing any traffic, so I don't know why there's such a discrepancy. I guess we'll find out once I'm back on the road. So, very good morning from Krakow. I arrived last night around 3 in the afternoon, I think it was. Bit of a problem with the hotel in that they had no parking available despite me booking it for the parking. The security guard at the hotel was a bit obnoxious, wouldn't even let me park for 2 minutes just to go in and sort out alternative parking. Eventually I persuaded him and he reluctantly relented, and I managed to get some parking just outside the hotel. So that was a bit of an annoyance. Anyway, I came into town, I had a little rest and came into the old town, in the old square where I am now. It was absolutely packed, and generally I don't particularly like shooting when it's really, really busy, mainly because you have to sell the stock. It's entirely editorial and there's a little bit less demand for that. Some agencies don't even accept editorials such as Adobe stock. So anyway, I took a chance and I actually really enjoyed myself. I did a lot of gimbal footage. One of the great things is that now that my knee doesn't hurt so much because I cut out the gluten, I walk a lot better and I can do a lot more sort of motion style footage where I'm running with the gimbal. Running is probably an exaggeration, but walking with the gimbal and getting some really nice shots that way. And I did a little bit of that last night and that seemed to work out really well. Got back to the hotel after a sort of very late dinner. I hadn't eaten all day, so I had dinner in a rib place. It was actually really rather nice, and a couple of beers as well. And went back to the hotel, and then I was up at 5 this morning with the drone, short walk down to the river, and filming Krakow Castle from the riverside. I got my European EU drone permissions via Ireland, of all places, because obviously their tests are in English. So I did that. Couldn't fly anywhere in Germany, not where I was based anyway. It's virtually impossible in city centres, and any over waterways you can't fly, which is odd, but there you go. In the UK you can easily fly over waterways so long as you're not in controlled airspace. But anyway, here it's a different story. I'm just outside an air traffic control zone where the hotel is and where I flew, so I had to be careful not to go too far north on the bend of the river. But staying within that, I could actually get some really good footage of the castle as the sun rose behind it, and I'm really quite pleased with what I got, both video footage and stills images. From a drone I always shoot 5-stop HDR bracketing because the drone sensors are quite small and it gives you that extra latitude to be able to manipulate the images better. And some quick edits on the Mac this morning, and really pleased with what I've got. I'll put one up on the screen now so you can see the sort of stuff that I got in terms of stills. So that's about it from Krakow this morning. I'm going to have a little wander around with the action camera, just getting some ideas of footage to shoot tomorrow morning nice and early before the crowds arrive. The light actually looks pretty good at this time of day, so I think it should be really nice. So I'm going to wander around, have a look at some potential shooting locations, go back to the hotel, have a bit of a rest, and then probably tonight I might come out and shoot maybe some blue hour stills photography. Haven't quite decided yet, but we'll see how that goes.
So, very good morning from Krakow. Yesterday I shot in the morning. I just wandered into the old town and did some work on the gimbal while there were no people around. I mean, even at 7 o'clock there were people around, but I got some nice stuff. I did a few screw ups as well, which was not so good, and that's basically because I'm tired. It's been a long trip so far. I've shot a lot of stuff, both stills and video, and I'm definitely getting tired. Today is the last full day I have in Krakow. I'm not shooting. The weather's not great. It's very hot and humid. The light's a bit up and down, and I think I've got the city covered for this time. I'll come back definitely, possibly with Tania. I believe there's direct flights from Newcastle, and we can come here. Transport's really easy to get around, so we don't need a car or anything like that. So that's a definite possibility, coming back with Tania to explore the city a little bit more when I'm a little bit less tired and haven't already done the best part of a road trip. Today, just going to relax. I'm going to galleries or something like that. It's a shopping mall. I'm going to have a little look around there. I was watching a Thomas Heaton video. He's a very, very good landscape photographer with a huge following on YouTube. Does some brilliant videos on there, and quite local to where I live as well, in Whitley Bay. And I was looking at some of the equipment that he was using, and I was quite tempted by the Insta360X camera. So I'm going to have a look in this shopping mall in the electronic stores there to see if they have them and see if they're any cheaper here than they are in the UK. I might pick one up, we'll see. But then this afternoon I just need to book a hotel for tomorrow, extend my green flag motor coverage for Europe because I'm going to be a little late getting back to the UK. Then I'll go out this evening, find a nice little restaurant to have some dinner, a couple of cold beers and a relaxing evening, and then off tomorrow to Slovakia. It's not a particularly grueling journey down to Slovakia. I will stay. I haven't particularly picked a place yet. I will look on the map. There's a couple of small towns about sort of 40-50 minutes from the border where I will meet Tania. I will book into a small hotel there, just relax for the night, and then get up early and drive down to the border. Tania gets into Uzhgorod at 9:30, hopefully through the border by 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then we've got the massive journey back across Europe, which we will try to do in 2 days. I will drive as far as I can until I get tired, and then we'll book a hotel for the night, and then we will continue the drive back over towards Kase, and there, when we're sort of getting close to Kase, I will book the ferry, or rather the Eurotunnel. That'll be quicker, and we can check our guest in at the Eurotunnel centre in Kase, and then take the tunnel train over to southern England. From there I may pop in and see my brother for a couple of hours, and then we'll head home and reflect on this journey. It's been an epic journey. There's still a long way to go. I haven't actually reached the furthest point from home yet. That'll happen on Friday morning. But from Friday morning onwards, it's all heading back towards home and hopefully a little bit more settled life. It's quite clear we're not going to get back to Odesa practically in the near future. Who knows how this war's going to end. I hope it ends with Ukraine victorious. I think it will, but who knows. I don't think Odesa is under threat for being invaded anymore, which it was in the first few days, and was the reason I desperately persuaded Tania to get out of Odesa. But since Tania's been there a couple of days ago, there was Shahid attacks overhead, and she heard the booms, and the war is never far away, even in that beautiful city by the coast. So we will continue, hopefully get some normality, some continuity to our lives in the northeast of England. We have everything set up. We've got a beautiful home. We've got everything we need. Tania's working. I've got my job. We've got a car. We're okay. So we'll try to make the most of life in the northeast, and then when Ukraine is victorious, we have the options to live both in the northeast and in southern Ukraine as well, which is a nice thing to have. Anyway, I'm going to end it there. I'm desperate for coffee. The lady that did my room yesterday didn't leave me any instant coffee, so I'm going to have to pop out and get some coffee. I'll probably just do that at the shopping mall. So a quick tram over there, and then I'm going to have a look around and just do some retail therapy for the day. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.